Welcome aboard the Australian version of the 2022 Hyundai Staria. This video shows you how I removed the rear seats from my van and how you could do so too. Trim level of this van is the Highlander, and this video should also apply to the Elite and Staria version. So the second and third row seats are bolted down on a set of rails, as you can see in the video. To access the bolts, you need to pop open a set of bolt covers. The bolt covers on the second and third row seats are different. For the second row seat, simply pry open the bolt covers using a small flathead screwdriver. Use a 14mm socket and extension bar to remove the bolts. So before I undo the bolts, I'm going to measure the factory torque settings. I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm going to use the poor man's method by measuring my ratchet length and force applied to it using a luggage scale. After you remove the bolts, you'll be able to detach the chair from the floor. Before you remove the chair from the car, unclip the wiring as shown in the video. For the second row only, the bolt covers are on a hinge. You can remove the bolt covers entirely if you'd like. In some places in the second row, you could actually pop open the bolt covers using your fingers. Moving on to the third row, this was the most difficult part for me because it was so difficult removing the bolt covers. I feel like I should show you what the clips look like on these bolt covers so you get an understanding of how to remove these. The clips that latch onto the base of the seat are an arrow shape. Due to the design, it's so difficult to get a leverage on these clips, but if there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to show you here is that you can't actually get to the clip using a small flathead screwdriver, and instead I've used something thin and flexible. If you're lucky enough to have small and strong fingers, you might be able to reach the clip, push it, and pop it out from the inside. If you're not so lucky, then the tools that I used are both available from Bunnings. The first tool is being a kin chrome feeler gauge using the 0.5mm blade. The second tool I used was a set of bungee cords or oki straps, just using the hook to get underneath the base behind the cover so you're able to put a bit of pressure on the back side of the cover. What I'm trying to basically do is slither my way using the blade to the arrow-shaped clip and using the hook bungee cord to pop the cover back out. For the remainder of the covers, it's not as easy as it looks. It required a bit of wiggling around and a fair bit of pressure on both the feeler gauge blade and the oki strap hook. And if there's a better way that you've tried and tested successfully, please share in the comments below, because it's seriously a pain in the ass. Some final notes on the seat removal. The seats are super heavy, so make sure you get a helping hand when you're removing the seats. I did notice the acceleration and fuel efficiency did change after driving around with the seats removed. I have since reinstalled the seats with the installed wiring with no electrical issues encountered. I haven't had a go at removing the rails, but it looks like you can using a star bit, and I betcha it'll be way easier than removing the rear seat bolt covers. Other than that, thanks for watching and good luck with your removal.